Hi, Dan Lyle here, the owner and founder of LylePublishing.com. And I'd like to briefly tell you about an excellent, unique tool that I've developed which can help you with the difficult, big problem of defining one's means. Defining one's means by realistically evaluating one's results. So, what's the real problem here? Isn't it that you are not where you want to go? I've talked in another short video about needs assessment. And in yet another short video, I've talked about setting your aim. Now, the gap between where you are right now and where you want to go, the gap defines your primary need. And the methods for actually bridging the gap, those are your means. All right? So the methods that you're using right now may not be getting you to where you want to go, for various reasons, such as they may be pointed at the wrong aim, or they may be too limited to ever get you across that large of a gap, or they may simply be the wrong methods entirely, or there may be other supportive methods that are missing that need to be present for it all to work. But it all comes back to data, real numbers. You need to know how you are doing at getting to where you want to go. In a very cold, clear, and realistic way, you have to evaluate how well you are doing in moving towards your main objective. Now, if that main objective is somewhere off in the nebulous future, right, and you aim for it, it's very easy to get a wrong aim and to be off course. And then you think you're making good progress forwards, but every day of hard work you put in actually is taking you farther and farther away from ever reaching the destination that you really want to get to. Now, you'd think this would all be easy, right? You just kind of monitor your progress forwards with good data, and then you make adjustments as you go along, right? Simple. Anyone can do it, right? Wrong. Unfortunately, there can be very big problems with keeping any group that is composed of more than one person on course, such as internal conflicts over who's in charge of making the decisions, such as fighting over what are the right priorities, such as territorial turf wars inside the organization that sub-optimize the whole thing, such as consciously or unconsciously putting tradition higher than your purpose, or confusing who are your main customers, or failing to find the necessary resources to make these good methods actually work. And most insidious and difficult of all is institutional inertia, where it just keeps rolling forwards. And the present means replace the results and actually become an end unto themselves. Now, these barriers to getting to where you really want to go are especially difficult in religious congregations and organizations. Tradition, rituals, doctrine, ceremony, they often trump core principles, such that the means stagnate, gel, and solidify. And Anything different from the way it's always been done becomes heresy, no matter how helpful or acceptable it might be in bridging the gap between where you are and where you most want to be. And those barriers I just mentioned can exist in any kind of organization, not just religious. Change, even obvious improvements, they endanger our innate desire for what? Security. And then they trigger what? Our survival instinct, which causes what? Fight or flight reactions that more often are more harmful than good. So, evaluating our means is not so simple. And it has to be a delicate, careful dance in which we take very careful care to try to not kill sacred cows or throw out beloved traditions or dishonor the devotions of the people, however irrational or outdated or unhelpful they may be. So how do you do all of this? Well, in my book, In Search of Quality, Principles and Mechanisms, I describe in detail a number of good options for defining, refining, and improving one's means in ways that do not threaten the members of one's group. Indeed, it's possible to do this in such a way that the members of one's group can be co-opted into the improvement process, in which they enthusiastically propose from themselves and help to implement necessary good improvements to one's means. And my book helps you to do that. Now, the organization's appointed or hired leaders, the leadership, they certainly play a key role in all of this. They're responsible, for keeping the ship on course. And then inside the ship, having the resources to improve the equipment of the ship. But who really knows best how the ship is working and what really needs to be done to make it work better? Who knows that? It's the crew. It's the crew. And wise captains and officers constantly are supporting, encouraging the crew to report any problems and to suggest fixes to those problems. But that effort cannot just be a slogan or a half-hearted effort or a hit and miss thing. Improving the means in the best way with full input from the crew has to be institutionalized. And how do you do that? Well, I refer you back to my 500-plus page book. It's all there. Very clear, very easy to understand. Whether you have a religious, instructional, business, government, or whatever type of organization that needs better means. So, if you have some interest in what I'm telling you, then I invite you to take a quick look at another short video that I've made in which I actually take you on a brief tour through the contents of my book, In Search of Quality. And the link to that short video is right above the picture of the ebook cover that's on my home webpage at lylepublishing.com. Then, if you're interested in pursuing the details, my book is available for purchase for a mere $10 to pop up right in your computer for your immediate use. And if you need more expensive direct consultation with me, then I may be available to do that also. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about what I've said, either now or in the future, please feel free to contact me directly by sending me an email at danlyle@lylepublishing.com. I look forward to hearing from you if you wish, and I thank you for viewing my Using Gap Analysis to Define Your Means consultation video.